lakad matatag!
Normally.
Made during the panel of, you know, he's been spamming this Tusk in the DPC, and like they were saying as well, 2 series wins, 2 series losses, and obviously it hasn't worked out too amazingly for them so far. K1 actually in a little bit of trouble, and Theolacor offered the playmaker for Alliance back from even when it was the Hikori days, ends up getting the first blood.
Now he's able to rotate to try and take away the water rune from Dark Margot, so beautifully done in regards to the timing. Theolacor getting a lot done across the map early.
Oh, Stinger the man fight. Oh no!
Alright, I'm just
Dragon Knight or something like that, you know, and really just completely shut him out, make sure that the Visage doesn't have a game. Sorry, does have a much stronger game. Because I feel like if Visage has a strong lane, then you're setting yourself up for a lot of success when it does come time to push these towers with the siege creep timings.
Speaking about the Visage, I've been in a little bit of trouble here. Snowball sucks him in, so they're going to be able to dodge the Primal Spring damage, and Sacred can step down to the south.
Region just had, I believe, a Tango delivered, so it won't be horrible, but yeah, until he gets those Tranquils delivered to himself, it's going to be a little bit more difficult as Lumiere. Good mischief dodge that time.
Might not be enough though. Turns, does he have enough life still coming back for the Jingu? Lumiere stays alive. What a beautiful play with the mischief, and Gardic, well, he's rewarded with the double.
That would mean a win against both Beast Coast and EG.
And with the start they've had, they're in a great position to be able to chain this into a really good early game, as we see Analog able to pick up a haste rune. And they should be able to find it. Remnant on forward. They know the TPs were used prior, so this time Sacred will go down. Schofield's in the firing line as well, but they won't have... Let's see... Oh, Analog's actually going to jump over the shards. The rest of the team can't really follow up for the moment. Gonna try and snowball off to the right side though, so we should be fine as they're able to get the kill nonetheless. Dark Margot, is he in trouble? They actually got a rift closer towards the Mars. Vitali holds him down. There's gonna be the fault from Lumiere as well, so Margot is...
timing and to punish you before BKBs and Lotus Orb comes on.
Might be in a bit of trouble. And we're trying to start the fight. Spear will be able to hold them back. They do get that arrow connection. Radiant starting to funnel into the neighborhood. Margot's not going to be tanky enough to get the arena off before he dies. Schofield nonetheless, though, will be able to bring one member down into the grave. It might cost him his own life, though, as Analog looking to hunt. Should be able to catch him out. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Arrow connects once again from Theolacor, so a second kill for Alliance to find.
The thing is, it's not a full team wipe. Of course, it doesn't feel great to be losing a Mars, you know, your mid laner, but as long as you're protecting your tower, that's the fine thing. You have Stinger there to be able to pull this away, and can they get a turnaround here?
We'll see. This is the tanky Underlord. Crimson Guard activated. The damage just isn't there. The help of the Global Silence as well means that Beast Coast can't pump in the damage. And Margot now looking to try and scurry on away. Arrow's going to be able to hold them back for the moment as K1 finds an opening, but Lumiere was instantly able to respond with the Boundless Strike. And Alliance, all they lose is Theolacor.
And these aren't heroes that are really able to protect those towers, right? You don't have the Crystal Nova to easily drag the creep wave. You don't have a tank. He's a bit of a desperation play here.
See if they can get Analog, though. He does have multiple members behind him. Again, we saw what happened prior when they went on Vitali. That's not the member they want to try and chase down. Analog's the initial target, but he does get the frostbite off at least before he dies, so Schofield can enter with the punch, and that's enough chain control to bring down with the Ember Spirit. But Alliance, they want to look to hit back as Lumiere jumps inside the river. Should be able to get Schofield and does so with ease.
Yeah, a little bit surprised that they had the damage to be able to take him out still as K1. Will he be able to get away from this?
As well. They've already used the arrows, so the follow-up might be lacking for the moment with the Boundless on cooldown. Margot is going to be able to TP back in if required to protect him. They've got the arena at the ready, but the question is going to be the damage here on Beast Coast. Once again, they're just unable to bring down some of the members on Alliance as they can look to now leave the area.
I mean, it's the damage, but as well, like, you just can't...
They're trying to give him as much farm as possible. Hold that thought as bottom lane, Schofield. Could be an easy kill for them to find. I'll make him work for it with the snowball, but will still go down nonetheless. It's going to be able to open up some damage in the tier 2 tower, but We see that Beast Coast, the rest of the cores really aren't getting a whole lot. Like this Mars in the mid lane isn't going to scale as well into the late game.
I think that he's going to need the damage component as well from the Echo, as well as that Ogre-Axe component.
Look at this ward. Oh, this ward is giving them so much to play with. They're going to jump under the tier 2 tower and try and target down Sacred on the Visage first. Easy kill for Alliance Define thanks to the vision game that has been set up ever so perfectly from the supports.
To grab a couple of familiars as well, so the network lead continuing to stay very, very healthy for them right now. They might even be able to get free kill here. Like they will, just standing inside the Pit of Malice. No weapons to run. Just more and more gold going Lumiere's way.
Lane as well. Theolacor off on the mark with the Yours Arrow combo. Mars going to be forced to use a defensive BKB, so...
Really nice use of the global silence there, because Monkey was in the trees at the time. You use the arena constantly. Dark Margot giving him over the Tome of Knowledge just to get a little bit more into that arena of blood. Again, damage does feel like a bit of the issue, but that's sort of the place that I want to see K1 farming down bottom.
K1, still no BKB, and Schofield's just a little bit too far away for the snowball. They'll finally get it, but the damage has been dealt. They'll drag him to the left side, but K1 still will go down, and then with the rest of the Beast Coast are going to join him as well, as they only bring Theolacor down with them. Analog, he might be going inside the base for it. He's already got a remnant out. And go in and out easy like that as Alliance first. They'd like a juicier target than the Crystal Maiden. They're going to find it the remnant to the tier 1 tower as K1.
He doesn't have a TP. So even if he BKBs.
No way he can escape here. K1 slowly chased down. No point in popping the BKB as Alliance ready, anticipating Beast Coast movement. Even Schofield trying to hide on the high ground, but they know exactly where his hiding spot is.
The thing I do like, though, is that Sacred and Dark Margot immediately just said, look, we got to push out these other lanes. We got to get something in exchange for this. The net worth is growing, but I think the...
Come down. Lumia just stalking his prey, waiting for the silencer to slowly start to bring himself to bottom. Margot does get the spear. Oh, okay.
Nope.
Gonna get the Boundless. Not enough stun lock, Dark Margot. Oh no, not like this. We slow chase down now. Should be
no point in popping BKB with no TP.
Oh, we got
top side.
another team fight taking place at the top side of the map though. Analog.
Can they kill Underlord?
Trying to chase them down. They might be able to with the damage coming through for the Sven. Vitaly's going to try and rift away. Instead, he doesn't go through the rift. Vitaly, do they have detection? The Boundless though. On to 2 and all 5 get wiped. Alliance, they brought the members from bottom to join, and G's dropped a 25-minute victory from Alliance. What a game one.
What a game one, and what a great Underlord pick coming through. I mean, this is what I want to see from Alliance. Very... I thought it was a little odd, to be honest, picking the Ember Spirit into the Crystal Maiden.
It's pretty hard actually playing OG against Robert. Yeah.
As well, so Dark Margot has got some tangos to work with nonetheless.
Schofield was forced to pick up the water
actually. Trying to duck into the tree line, but K1 will be able to get a little bit of vision afterwards and secure first blood for Beast Coast. So a much better start in this game too.
It's one of the advantages of the reflection, right? With the Terrorblade in the lane, I get that first blood, and it's K1 that gets it as well. Not even just a cheeky support stealing it from him.
Stinger might be in a little bit of trouble. Vitaly looking to try and move on forward. Theolacor's taking a lot of damage, so just going to sacrifice his own life to help Vitaly get a kill as well.
Even just dying slightly before as well, able to put a ton of pressure on with Beast Coast heroes that can't do much against it. Or is it going to be the case of, alright, it gets a little bit later, K1 gets into his second item, and then it really becomes a matter of how do you kill this Terrorblade before he kills your entire team.
Actually, Dark Margot's able to hit the board top lane as well. Fissure into the block from Sacred. Lumiere will look to try and enter the river. Theolacor's initial target. Analog though is going to play around with the Rolling Thunder as well. They'll get the kill onto the Rubik, but the response is there. Vitaly's ever going to look to rotate as well, so the damage is enough to bring down the Mars. Nicely done. A 1-for-1, a big kill onto Dark Margot. Not the greatest reveal to blink.
There's just no trees for him to play with.
Margot's going to look to jump aggressively. Great reactions out, Analog. Even a global silence.
I'm not sure if that was the best option.
Uh-oh. I mean, that's multiple important abilities just completely wasted.
Oh, exploded!
What? Where did he go? Oh my lord, the Echo just blew up the Morphling. He does still go down. Now they're going to try and chase down Sacred as well. This is not an easy kill at all for Alliance to find. The Diffusal Blade's going to help out a lot. The Sacred able to get some distance with the Timber Chain. Analog still playing around with the Rolling Thunder as well. It's going to be able to bounce back off the wall if required, and not even like it's going to be though. Analog has the Rolling Thunder Diffusal Blade to work with. The smoke on smoke. Does get popped on the low ground though. Unable to get the ultimate off before the spear. They have the damage to bring down with the Painkiller. Unable to play with the Rolling Thunder thanks to Stinger's silence, but they don't have the damage as Analog finally gets the ultimate. Will be able to step out to the right side. Now, do they have the damage for Sacred? And with the hood popped, he's going to be okay. Sacred still looking to charge into the middle. And Alliance have to go back the opposite direction. Sacred should be able to get the kill into Gardic. They're making it work for it, though. Lacking the mana onto the Timber Saw, and Lumiere shows up from nowhere with the Morphling able to blow up the Timber. And again, another skirmish.
Oh, Schofield's 10 seconds away from the Echo, though, so really does depend heavily on his positioning. You can see a few of them right now.
Hang on, he's in trouble, Lumiere. He's going to waveform in with the finishing blow, and now Alliance, they're wrapping around as K1 pops the meta, but they can just avoid the Terror Blade. They need the stun to enable K1 to right-click, but look at them. Alliance just continuing to play their distance to Sacred. He's going to look to charge into the middle, but he too will be blown up as Beast Coast just unable to take the team fight as Alliance continuing to have their number in this game too.
I mean, the BKB on K1, but he's still already 2 levels behind the Morphling, so they're just trying to get something in exchange,
Analog's going to start early with the Rolling Thunder. The follow-up's soon going to be there as well, but a Global Silence will be able to cover Beast Coast. They can look to turn it around as the Echo. Schofield does it again, catching out too, but can they continue to take the team fight though? A lot was forced out early on as Analog, he's able to jump into the middle. They'll cancel the Earthshaker's TP, but they won't have the damage for Dark Margot. So in the end, Alliance, you lose the Aegis, you buy back on Vitali as well. So not the worst fight for Beast Coast.
Not the worst at all. I mean, come on. What more can this guy do?
I'm sorry.
Them on his back right now. That was an amazing Echo Slam. Once again, just always finding the perfect positioning, even despite the play wards they found.
Should be fine. Yeah, plenty of armor. Maybe Dark Margot's not going to be fine because Theolacor is here to be able to help out Lumiere. The combinations there, we're just mentioning Schofield and what he's done, but you've also brought up a lot about Theolacor and his Rubik this game.
I would be surprised if I see a second point.
Not Sacred at the moment. It's going to be up to Analog to find the initiation. Sting is a really big target if they can bring him down before the Global Silence, and they should be able to do so. He's got a buyback, can look to help out if required. Schofield again, in with the Echo, and they can turn to try and blow up Lumiere. Not enough protection out of the attribute shift, and Alliance forced to retreat, and Dark Margot's not going to let them. A jump into the river to chase down one. Schofield's got the fish and a lock-in Gardic as well. He'll try and TP out, but the spear is there fast enough from the Mars, as that's what we're waiting for on Beast Coast. 3-0 for them.
What more?
BKB and Rolling Thunder for the Penguin to work with as well. See if he can target down some of the supports here with this team fight. Beast Coast looking to smoke. Vitali's in such a great position to be able to pop the smoke. Up on this cliff, he's going to see Stinger running really aggressively. If they can kill the Silencer again, he doesn't have buyback, so he's going to force out the Global Silence early on. As Schofield jumps in with the Echo Slam, but a 1-for-1 to start. This is Alliance's fight to turn around as Lumiere. The Earthshaker replicate, the Fissure onto 3. No opportunity for K1 to get the Sunder off. They're going to put all their attention onto Sacred's Timber Saw, and there's nothing he can do to escape as Alliance able to hit back at a perfect timing as now they can claim Roshan.
And that is the team fight waiting for the entire time. So much work being done along there.
Playing under the cover of the Shadow Amulet. This is scary. Detection? Anyone? Wait, K1's here. Hang on a second. K1's pinned up against the tree. We'll be able to pop the BKB and look to turn it back around. They'll kill off Theo LaCour. Can they get anything more out of this, though? As Alliance, they feel content with taking the team fight as Lumiere straight on top of the Terror Blade with the chain control, preventing the Sunder. He won't have an opportunity to get that health back, but Dark Margot still looking to take the team fight with the damage fall from Sacred. 4 go down as Lumiere should be able to escape to the northern side. Dark Margot ready to chase. Blinking Spirit, they're ready. He's going to go for it. He will. They get the connection pinned up. The damage is going to be there from Sacred. Alliance, will they need to buy back to protect him on the respawn? There comes one out of Vitali.
Ooh,
and Lumiere will be okay.
Didn't even need to buy back in the end. I mean, maybe just feeling like the pipe and the greaves was the big difference there. Being able to... They're completely in this position.
Yeah, but I felt bad, you know. Everyone else had a pretty good game as well. Individual
First
poets.
15 minutes, not so much.
Lumiere should be chilling. Enter off the Suns. Instant smoke from Alliance just so they could close the distance fast enough if the rest of Beast Coast were there on that opportunity to jump the Morphling as Dark Margot. First use of the arena does get stolen. They might be able to bring him down. He'll find an opportunity to play around with the BKB. They're going to see if they can catch out any other members, though. Mars will be able to escape to the northern side, but the Rubik will not be so fortunate. Back inside the river, though, but the Painkiller caught out. The silence lasting long enough so K1 can get in with their eye clicks.
Margot? You gonna be alright? Looks like he will be. He really took a ton of damage from that Poison Nova, but he kited amazingly well just to bring the fight away from the Terror Blade, allow him to just...
Wait, sorry, when I mean greedy, as in like, so Morphling doesn't have to go Lincoln, so you can kind of go for like a different item, have the support, you know, do classic support things and allow the cores just to... Oh, Sacred? Let's put the BKB to Star. They'll trade Rolling Thunder for this. No one else is near the Timber. They'll get the bash as well before he enters the Spinner Snare, but the Global Silence now, can they have any follow-up with this? It's going to provide enough control to bring down Analog, but Sacred's unable to escape, however. Dark Margot tries to find the opening, but again, K1, he's turning to the left side instead, so they're not going to have the damage to be able to deal with Lumiere. They're trying to deal with the supporting cask instead as K1. He'll kill off the Venomenter. Another arena and the Hex from Dark Margot means that Lumiere, he's in trouble. They'll pin him up and bring him down.
Man, it's just absolutely manhandled. They didn't actually look to commit in onto this, at least try and force out the buyback, and it's going to be Analog.
He's been able to find the Painkiller. Can they be able to bring him down? The Hex for the chain control, and K1, you bet they can. He's got the Metamorphosis at the ready. No hesitation out of the buyback though from Analog. He's going to look to try and rejoin the fight. Onto the southern side though, Lumiere can't bring down any of their members, trying to close the distance on the Stinger. The Global Silence going to be used to help them find the Rubik off the right side as well. So Theolical, a dieback out of him. Alliance, the fight's been spread too thin. They're completely split to be able to protect Analog, who just bought back and will be sent packing for another time. The Alliance cannot catch a break.
Oh, Schofield's chasing.
Looking to try and scurry away.
Shadow Blade. Ooh, be as greedy as possible, but that's not going to work too well if it's a 2v5 situation. 2v4, excuse me. But, I mean, East Coast, they feel about as strong as 5 heroes.
One more. We'll see what they can do, but they're way too far ahead. And also, with not enough members to be able to defend the tower. Lumiere's going to make him work for it. Trying to bring down K1. He's fallen pretty low, but does get the Sunder off at the last second. And now we'll turn to pumping the damage. Schofield as well for good measure. Drops the Echo Slam. Like you said, it is only fitting for him to be able to end that game with the Echo, considering he was a big reason of why they were put in this winning position.
I mean, it's that's a masterclass of Shaker performance.
He doesn't.
Choose your hero.
When he was speaking about the mangoes, he got asked, top lane actually got it. He will be in trouble. Schofield with the boots, able to close the distance, and Sacred can easily follow up as well. And they'll make sure the offlane is able to get that first blood bounty. Meanwhile, bottom lane though, Stinger, a little bit of trouble. Nature's Attendants going to be able to repair some of the damage.
Wasn't expecting that first kill to come up, and Stinger might actually be in a little bit of worry here. Hasn't used the enchant onto the Ion Shell just yet. It's a fresh one applied. There we go, onto the Ricky. So he's going to need to get vision in order to close in. He's got the Pulse Nova though, ready and available with plenty of stick charges, so they're not wanting to go for any sorts of dives on the Core just yet.
Gardig, easy solo kill for Schofield. Level 4 out of the Clockwork already, so he's having a really good time and might be fast enough to contest his power rune if it does spawn top.
Yeah, possibly. What's he looking to try and do? Just see if there's any sort of vision. Ends up placing some of his own. Ends up being bot anyway, which Analog picks up, but they see that he's popped the invis and is running down towards the bottom lane, so they'll know to be able to play accordingly around this. Yeah, I think they had vision.
I don't know, where's the ward?
There were pings happening at the time.
Alright, we'll see. K1.
How far K1's playing back. Preemptively using the time dilation. Not using... White lost the bottom tower, but this siege creep is still alive and ready, so it's just one more right click, it seems, that's going to be able to pick it up.
Dark Margot TPing down Vitali. Will eat the stun. He's got the surge up and available, but Dark Margot's already pumped in way too much damage for him to escape with his own life.
I think you're pretty happy with that though, right? Like, you were not expecting to get this tower, especially 7 minutes into this game, so it's unfortunate that Vitali ends up going down, but for him to have a lead against the Void?
Analog's rotation kills off Schofield. Lumi is going to use the cogs to find that sideblade spill as well, so yeah.
More of that survivability. Maybe into a 4-staff would be kind of nice, you know, get him out of the smoke screen, get away from the Dark Seer, get away from the Ice Shards. Could be a fairly useful tool.
We see that first Chronosphere of the game from K1, and once again Dark Margot looking to make a rotation down to bottom, so second death of the game here. Vitali on the Darkseer. They are trying to get back across the map though, Analog. Bit difficult onto Schofield with the battery assault, but they will finally be able to get the punch. 2 will be trapped inside the cog, so Sacred's follow-up's going to be there. Should be an easy kill onto the Tuskar, and in the end, Beast Coast pretty happy with their trades across the map. It does leave Lumi here though.
Might even, yeah, they're not going to grab the bounty rune just in case they had any vision up. Wanting this to, oh, the ward though. Ward ends up saving him, perhaps.
Is anyone a TP? Oh, they're doing their own thing on the opposite side of the map. They're able to bring down Stinger, but that means that no one was able to protect Lumiere as Bizcoast. I mean, that's a big kill to find. We were just mentioning how strong of a start the Templar Assassin has had, and you really need this person to continue. This is going to prove to be a bit of an issue.
He's cutting them on the other
Sacred's
side.
coming, though. They will be lacking a little bit of damage. Analog protected with a snowball. It's going to move on forward, avoiding the Rolling Thunder. And the shard's going to prove to be a bit of an issue for Sacred as well. He's able to make it down to the low ground, but Schofield will not be so fortunate. But K1 finds a Chrono 1-3, and Dark Margot has got an easy way to jump on the high ground to pump in the damage. A global for naught, and now Thelocore needs to try and jump away. They know exactly where he's escaping, but the thing in question is if they have vision, and it looks like they do not.
Sacred might have just seen that he was body blocked a little bit there by the Ricky, but well, doesn't seem like they're in too much of a position to be able to punish it. All that time as well, Stinger was just pushing mid with this Hellbear Smasher.
She didn't say 100-0.
No, I never say 100-0. There's always a chance. Like I said, Lightning Strike.
Like, alright, mid lane. Good luck killing the Leshrac. I'll make the attempt. Thaler's coming on over. He's not getting a whole lot of health back, in fact. Global Silence as well is going to be used, but Lesh will be okay. So instead, they'll veer their attention over to Schofield and the Clockwork. The Cogs, not enough to get him some distance away, but Sacred still wants to enter the fight off the back of the Rolling Thunder. It's going to be able to hold back multiple members in Alliance, enabling Dark Margot to follow up with the stun. So the Tusk will go down, and our K1 looking to try and join with the threat of the Chronosphere as well, but doesn't see an opportunity for him.
Of course, he's got much more escape at this stage and survivability than anyone else on his team.
I've been in some trouble though, Sacred. So what happened previously with the attempt onto Dark Margot?
Still got the mech.
The reinforcements coming into the neighborhood. They're gonna... easy kill, actually, in fact. Plenty of damage with Lumiere being key this time. Now, Sacred, no way for him to escape, so beautifully done from Alliance, and this might be close enough to roast that they can look to try and take it now off the bat.
Forward, Sentry Ward just out of range of that high ground, so they're not going to know.
K1 is farming really aggressively. Dart into the snowball. The burst, it might be there, but the mechanism health, it's not enough to keep K1 alive as Alliance. Can they get more out of this though? Or have they gone a bit too far with Dark Margot's Leshrac running into the middle? A silence, a kill. They're still going to try and target down with the last track though, but the Bloodstone health, it's not enough as Lumiere jumps on over. The melt hit will bring him down, and now Analog might be able to cancel the TP. In fact, it's Theo LaCour with the sleeping dart at Alliance. Back-to-back skirmishes going their way.
This just comes down to X. He's learned his lesson from last time. They've got vision with that melee creep enchanted by Stinger. He's putting himself in harm's way.
Yeah. Just run up the high gun, trying to deal with the vision advantage. Theo LaCour finds the opening. Shard's going to block off the retreat, but K1 and Stinger
Good
can
legs.
look to enter. The Global Silence will be able to waste the use of the Rolling Thunder, but the BKB protecting K1.
Splitting really
will
well.
be able to turn to deal with Theo LaCour. Can time walk into the middle as well to find the Chronosphere opening. It's onto the Darkseer, and they'll have plenty of damage thanks to Dark Margot being nearby to bring him down. And they're looking for the Stragglers as well, as should be able to catch out the Tusk. For once of Analog, no way to be able to escape. This is multiple members on Beast Coast surround him inside their own jungle. So a beautiful 5v5
Careful
right
with their
now.
positioning. Yeah, I'm not sure if you do, especially with a Ricky roaming around.
No Chrono, but he's still TPing in. They want to try and take the team fight. Hookshot to start. Lumiere's lost his refraction charges. They'll be able to deal with the first life, and Sacred's going to move towards the backline as well. Now they can set themselves up for round 2, but Lumiere's been able to get the blink away to escape. The Surge is well protecting him for the moment. So it looks like Beast Coast is going to go for the easier target into Vitali instead. The Surge will be up in a couple of seconds, but there'll be no escape as they've got plenty of damage from Beast Coast.
Alright, so this is how a lot of these team fights are. Same, Gardeck's got the same trick that Snake King used during TI, the Observer Ward called Sentry Ward.
Speaking of Gardeck, in a little bit of trouble. Sacred actually been once to use the Rolling Thunder in cases anyone else playing behind the silencer, so an easy kill for them to find. They're going to look to go back towards the triangle. Get a bit more farm there. They do spy out Vitali, but I don't think they're going to be able to kill him, or chase him down, I should say.
I know where he is.
But they do actually. Could force staff to close the he's not even going to drop the Chrono at K1. Why not? Yeah. Bubble used. Easy kill. Sacred wants to jump in to get that last little bit of damage with the shield crash, but nonetheless, Vitali will go down. So we'll see what Alliance look to do now, though.
Let's go Stinger.
Is there an opening on the Stinger? Of course, not easy, and you don't really want to commit too heavily onto the Enchantress, but K1
does.
He's actually going to charge in the middle, targeting down Theo LaCour, but he's got to target a Blink Strike, and Dark Margot sees an opening to pounce on the high ground as well, charging in the middle under the cover of the BKB, but Analog, the damage is not going to be there. The Chronosphere clipping on 2. K1's actually going to turn his attention to try and deal with the Templar Assassin, but the BKB protecting Lumiere for the moment. He should be able to escape through the tree line off the back of the Surge, but can they get anything more out of this on Beast Coast? Looks like it won't be the case. In fact, Alliance, they want to try and go back in off the back of the buyback from Analog. Theo LaCour finds Sacred, unable to cancel the TP. So you won't be able to make it out on Dark Margot, but the rest of the team might not be so fortunate as one support goes down and the other will join him as well. And Roche is up in a couple of seconds and instant use the buyback on Clockwork.
Yeah, instantly using the rocket. It'll actually show as soon as that Roshan respawns. And, well, both teams have this knowledge. I really do feel like Alliance a little bit on the better end of it, though. They don't necessarily need the Vac wall. But you've got everything on Tusk available. TA, not the longest cooldown.
He's going to see Sacred. Let's see if Lumiere's damage is going to be enough. Greaves is off. It'll keep Sacred alive for the moment. Now Lumiere is the one that's in trouble. Refraction getting popped, but he's on the high ground. A stun from Dark Margot will cancel the TP. Now they've got the damage to bring him down. An Alliance sent packing back inside the river. Tails in between their legs. Is anyone else going to TP?
He's kind of deep, isn't he?
And they're inside the base as well. They're going for Gardeck.
Oh,
no Global Silence. Sacred as well is going to be in. They won't have the Tusk now to be able to help out with this team fight. That TP getting cancelled means they are a member down, so he's going to have to make the long trip. K1.
He is a big part of their initiation. Like, he's basically one of the few stuns that they've got on the team, so it's all on Vitali now to get the perfect vac wall, but he just used a vacuum and the wall and it didn't do all that much.
K1. Oh, Chrono just for the Ricky. Be able to secure the kill on Dark Margot. Oh, will they? Theo LaCour doesn't die. Swashbuck will finally have the finishing blow. They want to stick
Tusk's
around though
back.
because Analog has finally showed up. A punch in the air. They're going to try and target down with the rush track. One more right click. Almost enough. And Dark Margot does go down. As now Lumi is surging on forward. The cogs will act as a deterrent. And Beast Coast will be able to back up. Let's see. Alliance, what can they get out of this? Chrono cooldown for 50 seconds. They won't have the global silence as well for the team fight. Theolacor on the charge, Analog as well. They're going to try and bring down with the Enchantress, but not an easy kill. So able to get the force stuff away, but Lumiere, here's the one that's in trouble. The chain control with the bashes, along with the Rolling Thunder, but Lumiere is able to get out to the left side, but instantly Schofield will hook shot on forward. And there's nothing that Lumiere can do. No opportunity to even get a right click off in that team fight. And now Beast Coast are hungry for more, trying to chase down Theolacor. The Ricky will make him work for it. 4-star. If it a potential tricks of the trade to work with, they need someone to blink strike away to him. Theolacor will find no one, as in the end, Beast Coast get 2 kills and can maybe consider about going high ground now.
Yeah, they're taking all the opportunities that they can, obviously realizing that Cronus fuel was off cooldown. It just wasn't the perfect.
They might go back in. Yeah, K1. Or poke and prod this last tier 3 tower, and they're gonna have to try and get back fast. There's the jumps. Schofield once again finding the opening. Of course, Dark Margot's nearby to be able to have that follow-up damage as well. At least for Tali, does have a buyback, so he will be able to rejoin the team to defend this last set of barracks.
But I mean, there's a big wave coming in bottom as well. Kind of puts Alliance on a bit of a timer. They need to win this fight and win it quick. Otherwise, the base is just going to be pushing in. They'll see the TA move down bottom. That's the indication for K1 to just push on into the base and try and secure Megas.
How do you even play around with this buyback? Maybe it's a dart into a buyback or Analog jump into the buyback, but they've got to go soon. You've got to go fast. A global use, but it's too late. The damage is there as Analog sucked inside the snowball, but Beast Coast are just turning to deal with the ejectors while they have the opportunity. One barrack stand. It's a pretty good vac wall from Vitali. Illusions, something they can look to play with now, but the Chronosphere from K1 holding 2 members into place, and the important target is the Templar Assassin that's caught out, but the damage not there for the moment. As Analog is going to snowball over the top. They've been able to bring down the Faceless Void. Can they get more members though? Doing a great job to kite Lumiere off the back of the helper, but Schofield now who have the opportunity to jump back in, continuing to kite Lumiere. There's just nothing the Templar Assassin can do. The supports are running rampant. Without a buyback on the Templar Assassin, the damage is just not there. Their members aren't there. 3 heroes gone, and it looks like that'll be all she wrote, as Beast Coast should be able to close this one out with the Mega Creeps.
Yeah, you know that there's no Dark Seer available. Oh, a cheeky little 4-stuff inside the base, but he's sleeping though, the Ghost Scepter. Oh, very, very cheeky. Gotta give it to the supports here on Beast Coast. They have been the MVP of this game, and for me, Schofield, MVP of the whole series.
Sacred. Get them all. No, Snowball's on cooldown. Oh, not like this.
He bought the Ghost Scepter. Oh, I didn't use it in time.
Oh, God. All right. There we go. Beast Coast in the end. Going to be able to take this series 2-1. Very... Lumia's buyback's back on.
Nah. That's the copium right there.
Dude, what do you mean? Nah, come on. Look at him go.
Yeah, look at him go, and look at that Ancient fall right on down. Victory for Beast Coast. 2-1. Very...
Right.